it's really hard for a lot of people, arguably most people, to figure out what they truly should be doing.
Mm,
That's very much the case with me. So there are certain people that from a very young age, they want to be a fireman or they want to be a vet or they want to be a doctor or a lawyer. They just know. And that's their goal and that's what they work towards. And then they start that career and hopefully then it lives up to all of the expectation. But for me, even by the age of 30, I was still wondering, like, what is it I want to do? What is it that is going to make me happy and light a fire inside of me? I had a terrible career counselor in high school. I think I may have had one session with her, no more than two, absolutely useless, gave me no guidance at all. So to figure out what it is that you want to do, it's so hard. It's really,
it
really
is.
hard, particularly when you're so busy personally and professionally, and you think, I don't even have the time to think about this. So a default would be, well, just make lots of money, work very hard, choose a career where I can make lots of money, and I can have that car that I want. I can live in this house, and it certainly gives you more security, and that takes the pressure and the stress off. But yeah, it's really hard to figure out
Mm,
what it is that you're good at, and I think the best way to start that journey and ultimately figure it out is just to try stuff. If you've always
mm,
thought, I've always wondered, am I, would I be a good painter? Or, I've always wanted to take a dance class or whatever it is,
mm.
you then just got to, you just got to try and just figure it out. But yeah, I feel like that's a big barrier for a lot of people, just being like, I don't know what makes me happy. I don't know the career that is perfect for me.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right, man. I mean, yeah, a lot of people would look at you. I'd look at you and say you've got it worked out. You know what makes you tick and what drives you. But as we've talked about, you said you still question things and wonder, is this really the thing? And you probably change what you're going to be doing and what's going to give you fulfillment over time. So I think that's very true. There was someone else I was listening to where they were talking about that there's very, very, very few people that have a genuine calling. Maybe Mozart, he had a calling. There was something that he needed to do in the world. um, there are other people now that you could look back on and say, maybe they did, but even then I was thinking, people like Mother Teresa, maybe she knew that that's what she wanted to do, but I'm sure she also went through this thing of, is it a real calling or is it something that I've figured out that I want to do? And I think what he was saying was that most people, 99% of people don't have a calling. There's nothing there that you were born to do, apart from this handful of people. But because of that, we need to invent what our calling is. We need to invent what our fulfillment is, and that's totally okay. But as you said, by trying things, and as I said, by first just thinking about it, taking away the things that have put us on the path we're on now. And when I say take them away, when we're thinking about it, don't just think, yeah, but I'm in this situation, therefore. Actually taking away those things in your mind and going, what would I like to try? Is it trying to dance? Is it becoming a painter? Is it, what are these things? And it's really the only true way to invent the thing that is going to give you that fulfillment or find that calling, because
Yeah.
it's so hard, right? It's so
Yeah, it
hard.
is. It is. And two things that come to mind from what you just said there. One, comparing yourself to others is one of the worst things you can do
Mm, yep.
because everybody, you could look at me and think, oh, okay, so he's been focused on this social enterprise business and it's growing well. He must have it all figured out. I'm a bag of doubt and fears and and we all are. So to compare
Mm,
yourself to others, to look at somebody else and think they've got it together. None of us have it all together. It's a work in progress. We're all
mm.
working progresses.